Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Cutter One. I am your host, Jay Just Jay, your resident troublemaker and your resident culture warrior. I hope you are all doing wonderful. All right, let's get right into it. So, as you probably heard, we got some news coming out of the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power camp. So let's get right into it. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power sets all female directing team, reveals episode count for season 2. All right, let's look into it. What do they got to say? The upcoming second season of Amazon Studios' The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, which is currently in production in the UK, will be directed by Charlotte Brandstrom, who is coming back after helming 2 episodes in season 1, as well as Sana Hamri and Louise Hooper, who are new to the franchise. The announcement also indirectly confirmed that season 2 will consist of the same number of episodes as season 1, 8. In season 1, Brandstrom was the only female director. In season 2, she is leading an all-female directing team. Brandstrom, who directed episodes 106 Udwin, or Udun, which featured season 1's big battle scene and the Mount Doom's eruption, and 107 The Eye, which chronicled its aftermath, will be directing 4 episodes and will also serve as co-executive producer this season. She is taking over the lead director position from Wayne Che-Yip, who directed 4 episodes, including the finale, and co-executive produced season 1. Yip and Brandstrom took over from J.A. Bayona, who directed the opening 2 episodes of the fantasy saga and also served as an executive producer. Hamri and Hooper will each be directing 2 episodes in season 2. Brandstrom and Hamri also have overall deals with Amazon Studios. Developed by J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power is set in the Second Age of Middle-earth, thousands of years before the events of the Lord of the Rings films and the novels by J.R.R. Tolkien. Beginning in a time of relative peace, the series follows the ensemble cast of characters, both familiar and new, as they confront the long-feared reemergence of evil in Middle-earth. Per Amazon, the first season of The Rings of Power has been viewed by more than 100 million people worldwide, with more than 24 billion minutes streamed. The series drew more than 25 million global viewers on its first day, marking the biggest premiere in the history of Prime Video, and also debuted as the #1 show on Nielsen's overall streaming chart in its opening weekend. Season 2 of the series is produced by showrunners and executive producers Payne and McKay, Lindsay Weber, Callum Green, Justin Dolb, Jason Cahill, and Jennifer Hutchison also executive produce, along with co-executive producer Brandstrom, producers Kate Hazel and Helen Shang, and co-producers Andrew Lee, Matthew Penn Davey, and Claire Buxton. Brandstrom recently finished directing a pilot for Netflix Sweden titled blah 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 The Unlikely Murder, and her other TV directing credits include The Outsider for HBO, Jupiter's Legacy, The Witcher, and Away for Netflix, The Man in the High Castle for Prime Video, and Outlander and Counterpart for Stars. Brandstrom also directed 2 European limited series, Conspiracy of Silence and for Viaplay and Disparu for FR2, I'm assuming that's in France, and has also directed over 30 feature films, miniseries, and movies of the week. She is an International Emmy Award nominee for Julie Chevalier de Maupin. Yeah, my French sucks. You can watch Deadline's Inside the Rings after show, in which Brandstrom talks about her work on episode 106 and 107. Hamri recently completed executive producing and directing The Wheel of Time's 2nd season for Prime Video. Previously, Hamri was executive producer-director for Fox's hit series Empire, and her other episodic television directing credits include Shameless, Rectify, Nashville, Elementary, Glee, and Desperate Housewives. Hamri, who is also an accomplished music video director, helmed Mariah Carey's concert documentary, The Adventures of Mimi, and has also directed the features Something New, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2, and Just Right. Hooper is known for the 4-part limited thriller Flesh and Blood, starring Imelda Staunton and Stephen Ray, and Cheat, the four-part drama starring Molly Windsor. Her additional directing credits include the first season finale of Neil Gaiman's The Sandman, The Witcher, Inside Number 9, and Treason. Hooper began her career directing BBC Arts documentaries, working with David Lynch, Helmut Newton, Arthur Miller, David Attenborough, and Bjork, and has also received a BAFTA nomination for directing Our Gay Wedding, the musical. All right, so initial thoughts are, well, so much for that diversity and representation you were going for, right, Amazon? I mean, that's Bronstrom that you see there. That's Charlotte Bronstrom that you see in the picture right there with the blonde hair. That's Louise Hooper that you see right there. That's from her IMDb page, and that's Sani Hamri. Now, I know that Sana Hamri. I think I just called her Sani. It's Sana Hamri. I know that she's Moroccan from Tangiers. Of mixed parentage, from what I understand. I think her father is Muslim and her mother was Jewish, but that's neither here nor there. I just think it's funny. Amazon, with all their need for representation and diversity, decides to go with essentially, for lack of a better term, 3 white women to do season 2. That's essentially what they're doing, which is fine. I have nothing against, just before anybody in the comments jumps in with something stupid like, "Oh, you're misogynist." No, I don't care that they're all women. It's not. I don't care that they're women. Okay. I don't know a lot of. I don't know the work of either Louise Hooper or Sana Hamri. Okay, I can't comment on them as directors. I know I'm sort of familiar with some of the stuff that they may have worked on, like obviously The Witcher. I watched The Witcher. It depends on yeah, I believe the directing that's being referenced is in relation to season 2 of The Witcher. But I could be wrong. And yeah, and so as far as like I've heard things about the Sandman, Neil Gaiman's The Sandman adaptation. If anyone's familiar with it, you can comment whether you was it good, is it bad? Are you happy to see someone who worked on that coming into the Rings of Power? Do you think it'll be a plus? You let me know. Let me know down in the comments. I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know. I am familiar though with some of this. I mean, just take a look, like, Charlotte gave us such glorious moments as, explode a orc, so I mean, she also gave us what's another great moment that she gave us? Oh yes, the bowling for orcs. I believe she's also, actually I know she also gave us Cheetos flavored Mordor was another one of her things. And if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, she gave us the Great Mordor Bukkake, because apparently elves fire and pyroclastic flows. So I mean, that's who they're putting in charge of the show, people. So the person who gave us, Cheeto flavors Mordor and exploding orcs and bowling for orcs and the pyroclastic bukkake, that is the person that is going to be directing half of season 2, and the other half of season 2 will be split between 2 other women directors who, like I said, I'm not familiar enough with their work to have a comment one way or the other. I will, like I said, call out Amazon though, because for all their talk of diversity and representations, I find it funny that they essentially go with three women who are your average Hollywood looking white women. Yes, I know that Hamri may have mixed heritage, but you know, at a bar or a restaurant, you couldn't tell her apart from someone who was Italian or Spanish or Portuguese. Looking at her picture. I mean, I don't know the woman, but just looking at her picture. So in essence, it just seems like they just went with three white women, which I think kind of, why was there no black or Latino female director that you could have gave a shot to, or maybe somebody from the LGBTQIA plus community that maybe you could have gave a shot to and stuff like that. I'm not saying it needed to be straight white men. I'm not saying that. I'm like, hey, listen, you want to do the representation thing? We can do the representation thing, but then don't turn around and say, okay, season 2 is all just strictly directed by white women. I don't know. It just seems kind of disingenuous to me. But what do I know? I'm a istophobe apparently. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I think we're in for more of the same, despite their protestations to say different. I think we are in for more of the same, simply because of Charlotte Bronstrom. I think, the woman who gave us Galadriel taking a pyroclastic flow to the face is now going to be directing 4 of the 8 episodes for season 2. Guys, I'm telling you, I hope this channel's monetized by then, because I'm going to need funds to buy enough alcohol to rinse my brain of watching season 2 so you guys don't have to. I'm going to take one for the team so you guys don't have to sit through it. But yeah, so anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Are you looking forward to season 2 at all? What do you think about the all-women directing decision by Amazon? Do you think, that it was a good idea? Do you think it was a bad idea? Again, not saying anything that they're women. I'm just thinking, if you were gonna, if you're gonna claim to be this virtuous representation sort of company, I think you having essentially 3 white-looking chicks as your directors for the entire season seems to run counter to that. But what do I know? Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Remember, if you like the video, If you feel like sharing the video, please feel free to do so. If you have not subscribed yet, I would hope that you might consider subscribing to the channel. It would be awesome, trying to get this thing up to that magic 1,000 mark. And so far, we're doing good. And if you have subscribed, thank you for coming back. I enjoy chatting with you guys about all this stuff and getting people's opinions. And remember, opinions in the comments below. I love seeing the commentary and the back and forth. All right, folks, I will see you on the next one. Remember, be good, be safe, be awesome, and I will talk to you next time. Peace.